1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad, and we have Hantie. Hi, Hantie. How you doing? We're talking today about Herschel Walker. Very interesting. President Obama has some interesting things about him, and I mean, what really got me was the vampires and the werewolf statement, and even Walker doubled down on that. And President Obama made some interesting statements about it. He says, as far as I'm concerned, he can be anything he wants to be except for United States Senator. So saying that, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on this whole runoff thing from your perspective? Who wants to start first? Dad?
I'll make my statement.
Yes, make your statement, Mom.
I believe that the choice that they made to run against Mr. Warnock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead, Dad. Hantie.
I'm going to say this: anyone that talks about vampires and all of that, and about if you don't like this country, get out. That is not a person that I would want to represent me in the Senate.
Hantie, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I don't have any. Sorry, I don't really have any thoughts on that because in my life right now, I have been trying to focus on positive things.
Mm-hmm.
None of that seems to be positive to me. Mm-hmm. So I have not wasted any time, putting it into my emotion or my surroundings or anything. I just have to. I just have to do me. What's making me float.
Mm-hmm. And I think, I'm just going to read some of the things that President Obama was saying. He says, Mr. Obama said, Mr. Walker has been talking about issues that are of great importance to the people of Georgia, like if it's better to be a vampire or a werewolf. This is a debate that I must confess I once had when he was 7 years old. He also says, speaking of a grade schooler, it appears that Walker has been chaperoned in recent interviews on Fox News, appearing alongside Senator Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, occasionally sandwiched between the two. Oh boy, President Obama, he just had fun with this thing here. But one of the things that disturbs me about Mr. Walker is when he says if you don't like this country, get out. That's why we have freedom of speech in our Constitution. That's what makes this country great. I may not agree with the way you say it or what you say, but you have the freedom of speech in this country. And that's one of the rights that we have. That's what makes this country great. And when you take that right away, if you don't like this country, to say something that you're disappointed in, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your feelings, right? And to me, I think that's the part that gets overlooked is that's what makes us better than other countries is the fact that I can have a disagreement with you without trying to kill you and do dangerous things to you. And that's why I think that's why people become more violent here is because they don't believe people are human anymore. They make them objects and want to do bad things to them. And I think that has to stop. Just because I don't agree with you or get upset with you, I can still love you and care for you. It shouldn't get to the point where I want to get out of my country. You know what I'm saying? This is our country. In fact, last time I checked, my family and ancestors were brought here in chains, some of them. I don't have a zip code. I don't even know what country I came. They took all that away. So where do I go back to? This is the only country I know, folk. Can't go nowhere. You gonna pay for me to go? I mean, it makes no sense with that rationale.
I don't even speak a foreign language.
Thank you. I speak English. That's all I know, folk. I mean, I'm going to try to do my votes to make America great, cast my concerns, speak my truth of what I feel and what makes America can be better, and try to make it better. That's just my thoughts and ideas. We want to make this country great. You're not going to be great by keeping silent.
only state that is going to be voting Tuesday is the state of Georgia. Is that correct?
I think so.
That's the one.
All right.
That's the one.
So, and I hope that the Georgians make the right decision on that. Anybody else have any thoughts on this Mr. Walker, Herschel Walker thing before we get out? Don't all speak at once.
One of the things about Herschel Walker is in yesteryear. I remember Frank Alford being so crazy about him on the football field. I guess that's where I've left him. And I mean, he used to jump up and down and be real loud on it was football he was in, right?
Yes, football.
That he was, he what he could do, he did well.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that about this one.
But Dad or Mom, what you were gonna say?
I am agreeing that he should stay on the football field.
Well, he couldn't play anymore, and I think he might have CTE.
I suggest that he should belong there. He should stay there. That's where he started out. Even if he can't play, he should stay on the football field.
Yeah, put his energy there.
Well, I think one of the things that disturbs me, and we'll end it real quick here, is the fact that I hear all the people that are voting for Herschel Walker that he's not being run by special interest people. Well, all I see around him are special interest people telling him what to do, folks. So what special interest are you talking about here? I mean, you see him when he's on TV, he has Ted Cruz, and they're all run by special interest people. So what special interest are you concerned of running him? And please be specific about it so that way we can make an informed decision, because last I checked, people with money are the only ones that can really get a lot of influence. People that are broke, all they get is your vote.
Good point.
So we hope that the state of Georgia picks the right one, whichever that one may be. Like I said, I haven't seen in fairness to the opposition, Mr. Warnock's vote, anything like that. For what I've seen of him, he seems to be a very intelligent guy, and he tries to do the right thing by all people. From what I've seen and seen some of the stuff he's voted on there and stuff, he tries. But I mean, this Mr. Walker, his ex-wife said he had a gun to her head and stuff. I mean, I see some disturbing things. I mean, his kids. Yeah, and then the last thing, he don't even live there in the state. That's what I'm reading now.
That's the thing that's puzzling to me. Why would you want someone living in Texas to represent you in Georgia?
Is that when I look at that, is that the best candidate they could find to run against Warnock? That's the question I'm asking, because I am really concerned about their selection to go up against Warnock.
Yeah, so that is kind of disturbing. Bring up a great point there. All the red flags, like we said before, that's like me. I haven't lived in Michigan for over 20 years. Me running for some position in Michigan, and it's fair to them to say, "Hey, you don't live here in Michigan. Well, I want to come back to make Michigan great, but I'm going to live down in this state." I mean,
like you running for representative in Alaska. What do you know about Alaska?
It's cold. I can see Russia from my window, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, this is a great point. So I hope that, this week people, pick the best candidate. Like I said, I just seen a lot of warning signs with Walker, and that's a lot of warning signs. But we'll see what happens. Everybody get out there and vote, and make sure you. It's disturbing. Anyway, till next time.
Vote in other states just to see who would be coming up to take that Senate seat, just for the fun of it.
No. That's why we have states' rights and stuff like that. So we do this thing. So hopefully, hopefully this thing will work out for everyone. Either side of it. There, I just sometimes you just don't hear the other side, but what I'm seeing all the time is like, what is this? It's very bizarre to me.
Very
Yes,
bizarre.
it is.
Very bizarre to me.
And that's why I think that really we have term limits on presidents. We need to have term limits on our senators.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can get too corrupt by the money in the Senate.
You got a point there. Your money.
These are not poor people.
Mm-hmm. Well,
These are not poor.
Teddy Roosevelt.
But after about 3 or 4 terms, they're rich.
Teddy Roosevelt made a great point. He said he didn't want to be king. That's why he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually ran again because he felt it was going in the wrong direction and the poor man wasn't taken care of. And if you have a chance to read what Teddy Roosevelt did, please do. That's why he's on the monuments there on Mount Rushmore, because he made America better by saying, hey, the poor man needs to be treated better. And if he didn't do those things, we wouldn't have the freedoms and the niceties that we have today. So, look out for the everyman, not just for one group, for everybody. That's my only concern. So with that in mind, get out there and vote. Hopefully that you'll do the right thing. And until next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks.